Hello and welcome. I'm your host Elizibar. Sorry for the slight bounce there. I was just adjusting the view and kept going. We're talking about Scrimshaw. Like, this isn't just like a Scrimshaw review. Although there's going to be some of that. There's going to be a lot of that, really. But kind of like it's a meta review. Does that make any sense? I hope that makes sense. And weirdly, I was unpacking a box that came out of my office. There's this X-Men poster here. I think this actually came from like Pizza Hut or something. That poster was from when the X-Men cartoon was coming out, and it's relevant because Scrimshaw has some of that same kind of family vibe that good X-Men books have. You know, some people take that to an extreme where it's like it becomes family infighting and stuff like that. That's not what it's about. Like there's the family dynamic. Ooh, sorry for bumping that cable. Made everything move. I apologize. I'm also using the ring light that this thing sits above. Because we're going to be looking at a lot of newsprint, so there won't be a whole lot of glare, but there'll be a little glare when we're looking at non-newsprint things. Alright, that's a lot of stuff. There's like a definite family vibe here. It's like a guy collecting misfits, and it's really fun. So, I got the Scrimshaw graphic novel in the mail, which is the prompt for this. Creative team, Eric Borden, Dave Mims, and Spike Olakta. I'm sorry, I've just butchered your name, and Lauchta? Whatever. Your name, sir. Or madam. I don't know. Don't want to assume. And this came in the mail. Now, this is the second volume. I would show you the inscription on the front, but I would dox myself, so I can't show you that. Here it is, Horde Media. Horde, you see? It's like Eric Borden's company, I reckon. And the graphic novel looks really good. They adjusted the colors so that they look fantastic on this glossy. And you're probably seeing a lot of glare up there, for which I apologize. And we're just kind of flipping through at random. And then there's this great back matter stuff. I love this. I eat up that kind of back matter, these fake ads. It's fantastic. How many amps can your rod handle? Divided state power rods. Oh yeah. This is just wonderful. It's just absolutely wonderful stuff. I really want to show that off. It was a great inclusion. Then there's some more back matter of like dossiers on characters. I don't think we've seen these characters in these stories yet, unless they were just like standing around in the background. But there's also this story here, Solus. I'm glad I didn't do this review until today because Eric Borden did a contest and I knew the answer and I blurted it out, and so apparently he's sending me something. So there's your full disclosure. Has nothing to do with this. It's a very nice graphic novel. You can see the size of it. It's, what is that? Is that 9? Yeah, it's about 9 inches that way, and probably about 7 this way. It's a nice form factor. It's compact. It's smaller than this. Most trades are much bigger. It's okay. So now, what am I talking about? Like when I was saying, we looked at the physical aspects. Also, here's the original Scrimshaw, I guess, from before they were published Alterna. It's got a big, heavy cardstock cover. Very nice glossy pages. We're gonna refer back to this here because here's number 1 from Alterna on newsprint. Now, looking at the cover, you go, all right, pretty much the same cover, same logo, but look at the way it's been jazzed up. This is one thing Peter Simeti does really well. He throws that stuff in there that makes you remember what comics were like when I was young, when the comic was trying to sell you on the book. Cyborgs, pirates, cutthroats, and mercs. Ambush! This is actually the first Scrimshaw cover I saw. And I'm just like, holy crap, what is going on in this? This is intense. This tells me what's going on in the book. I'm just going to show the covers here. The art style, like, I don't know that I actually like the art style, except it reminds me of something, and we'll get into that. So let's open this up to, I don't know, this looks like a good page, all right? So look at the way it's colored. It looks kind of dark and muddy, right? Let me find that same page here in the one on glossy. I would compare this to the graphic novel, but I don't have the first volume of the Scrimshaw graphic novel. That came out a little before me, I guess, before I was doing this stuff. Oh, it's actually laid out a little different. Instead of a 2-page spread, it's actually spread over a fold. So this is the panel I want to concentrate on. Right up here. Geez, how do I lay this out? Something like this. All right. Now, there may be some glare here, and I apologize for that. I can't do anything about it, really. But look how dark and murky things are on the newsprint. These, like the first 2-3 issues, I think, were before they figured out how to get the color to pop on newsprint. That's why I'm going to show you this. I'm going to... oh, you know what? The previous page is a good one for this, too. It's full of, like, dark greens and stuff. Oh, Peter Smeddy, he's probably happy. I just did a fold with my comic. So if you look, you can see this is like murky. Over here it looks pretty good, but on the newsprint it looked murky. That's all I was going for. Now we're going to retire this book, put it over here. Stay. So you've got Hans Tanaka. You got his valet, who's not really his valet. They're best friends. His wife. And the rest of the crew. And they all have like misfit stories. The back... Oh, the original issue has some really great ads in the back. I love it. But it also has a lot of good back matter about the characters. And I wonder if this stuff wasn't reproduced in the Volume 1 graphic novel, which I don't have, and I probably should go get. So they introduce you to the characters. She's... Oh, boy. She's like from a fishing village. He was like a professional fighter. Commando. Rich. He's like the descendant of the Fukushima family, so he's got radiation powers. It's really cool. And he puts those to good use in fights. Here he is, just... And the action is intense. So it starts off, our main character and his friend go to an auction. They're going to buy this black market drug. And they buy it. And the drug's stolen property. Here's the executive from the company that owns it. And he's like, look, get it back. And the security guy's like, fine, I'll go do it. And he's like, no, I don't want you to get it back. I want you to send Danny Yuta to get it back. He's like, Danny Yuta, but he's a monster. It's like, you're not paid to think. Do what I tell you. And so, that's how we start off. We meet everybody. Like, that's kind of what the first issue is. There's a little plot setup. Here's the illegal drug. It's this little octopus thing. Guy meets his wife. Or we meet his wife. He's back there to talk to her. Are you going to try it? I thought I might. Selling is probably a better idea. We could help some people. Maybe keep this Hulk afloat and sailing. How I do love sailing with you. Oh, they have a good relationship. And here this guy, he's brooding. He's taking it out on, some stuff. He's shooting. And then we learn about this world that they have whales. And they go whaling. But today, we hunt monsters. So the world is post-apocalyptic. Terrible things have happened. Somebody reintroduced whales. It's a cyberpunk nightmare. There's... it's corporate control. Governments are kind of weak. And it's a time for high adventure. A time for high adventure. That's what we get out of issue 1. In issue 2, stuff starts getting real. They're invited. Oh, man. Just look at this. This is crazy, super dynamic, noodling around. Lots of great detail. Crazy like work noodling with a Sharpie or something, man. It's insane. This is madness to look at. It's absolute madness. But we get to meet Danny Yuta. He's right here. Here's his pirate crew. We see that they're splitting up. They are going to go to this tea house. He's got to go meet somebody else. You know, stuff is happening. And so, you can see here, this directly leads to the next book. Meanwhile, this guy's like, we're going to send in commandos and kill everybody. Oh. Commandos, dude. Come on. You know it's getting serious when the guy's going to send in, like, the demon samurai commando unit, right? Like, you know that's a big deal. And so we get to this issue with what I think is probably one of the most brutal fights I've seen in a comic book, where it wasn't just like the Sentry ripping Ares in half or something stupid like that. Like, this is some absolutely brutal stuff, and I would like to see this on screen. Like, this is just an amazing fight. This huge dude just absolutely manhandling these punks to defend his friend's wife. I mean, he wrecks them. He gets cut up too, man. They stab him a couple times, but he just wrecks them completely. It's great stuff. Look at this. He stabs him, and he's just like crushing the guy's skull. Pushes his fingers through his eye sockets. Oh, God. Oh, that gives me the heebie-jeebies thinking about it. What are the odds of this little meeting not going south? So you can kind of still see like the coloring maybe isn't like super up to snuff here. So they go meet this dude on his island. They negotiate. Meanwhile, he is at the tea house with the wife. Shows him the little patch. We get to learn some history about the characters. I'm trying not to spoil too much while spoiling a lot. This guy's like the head of the Shot Fox or whatever. I got the little pin. Got the pin right here. Let me take this out. I actually think about wearing this to work. Isn't that goofy? Like, someone's going to ask me what it is, and then I'll have to explain this, and they're going to be like, nerd. And I'm going to be like, yeah, I work on a team of people that do programming. What do you think? Like, we program Perl, and, well, I don't work on that team. On that part of the team. I deal with C# and TypeScript. I actually run that's one of my hats. I wear like, I don't know, 5 or 6 different hats at work. That's one of them. Yeah, I got the little pin. And so he's like, hey, I want the thing. He's like, well, you can have the thing. And then the dude sends people to kill the people. Like, go capture his wife. And so here he is. He's like recovering. He's convalescing. It's like, oh, that looks pretty nice. And this is actually where Volume 2 starts. And he wakes up, and he's in the tea house. He was just having a fun time. Here's like the one surviving dude that survived that fight in the last issue. Danny Yuta is interrogating him. This dude and his samurai warriors are like eavesdropping. So now we, boom, get ahead. There's a fantastic gun battle. It's brutal. It's dynamic. Everything's popping. They're running. Stuff is getting crazy. It keeps getting crazy. It gets crazier and crazier as the book goes. We build to a head. Like, you look at this art and you think, oh, look how much the coloring has improved, by the way. Like, this really stands out on the newsprint. It looks gorgeous. Like, the overall theme of the coloring is still there. You've got these weird background colors. Kind of makes me think of like this heavy stuff here. Like, if I got out issue of Xerxes, I'd show you what I was talking about. But this like reminds me of Frank Miller a little bit, the way that line work goes. But at the same time, it reminds me of manga. This is so dynamic. The way it's written, there's no break. We don't stop. We just get boom, 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 thing after thing happening. It's fast, it's dynamic, it's crazy. And at the end of the day, it's a big string of battles. When I was watching this, when I was reading this, it reminded me of Masamune and Shiro. Like the crazy stuff in Tank Police. Specifically, in this case, the anime. I've only read a little bit of the Tank Police manga. But the anime, like the issue when Red Commando shows up and you get like 3-way battles between the dude's gang, the Red Commando security force and the police. Like, that's what's going on here. And it's all out of control. Radiation guy radiating, like he's melting everything. Sword fights. Hans holds the octopus in his hand. He starts tripping out when he drops it in the water. And he's got to fight Danny Yuta. He's got to fight the security guy. Oh, so good. So good. That's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of a lot of my favorite manga. It really did. It really did. I really like it. This is absolutely, absolutely fantastic work. If you haven't read Scrimshaw, if you have not availed yourself of this, one of the best things going on in comic books, I don't know what's wrong with you. This combines everything I like about manga. Maybe not everything. This combines a lot of stuff I like about manga with a lot of stuff I like about Western comic books. It fuses them together in a harmonious fashion. It produces this beautiful, beautiful result at the end. How about that? That looks pretty dynamic, huh? And they're the good guys, right? And they're the good guys. So at this point, I've got like all the Scrimshaw. Oh, you can't see the one book up here. What if well, I'll lose Hans' eye. Oh well, this will have to do. This will have to do. It is super dynamic. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It's a lot of fun. It's action-packed. The writing is good. The characterizations are pretty good. These people all have histories, and you feel those histories. You really do. You feel their history when you're reading this. They have relationships. They behave according to their histories and relationships. They're all outcasts. They behave like it. They've got a family. They treat this thing as a family. They're all looking out for each other. They're all obeying the head of the family. Like, when the captain says to do something, they know. They trust him. They know that when Hans Tanaka says, hey, you need to do this, it's the right thing to do. The little soulless short story in the back of the graphic novel is great. I would like to see a little more of that, actually. That was a lot of fun. It felt weird placed where it was because it is in the back matter of the book. It's way back here. It really felt like it should have been inserted where it belongs in the story. So that was kind of odd. Felt kind of odd. But I love it. I think you'll love it. Check out Scrimshaw. I mean, come on. It's coming back soon. I don't remember if it's coming back in October or November, but it's coming back soon. You can get the whole trade here. You know, the collection of 3, 4, 5, and 6, these 3 issues for $10 in this beautiful format. Nice paper, nice solid book. Or you can order from Alternative Comics, $1.50 an issue. It's $1.50 an issue! Just do it! And you can get these beautiful floppies. Just do it, man. Don't deprive yourself of this. There's no reason to. There's absolutely no reason to. I love it. I think you'll love it. I'm going to shut up now because I could keep saying you're going to love it over and over. Because it's true. It's so true. You have a great day out there. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I will see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.